Hi everybody, welcome to our channel Rejoice Voyage. To those of you who are watching this video for the first time, kindly subscribe to our channel Rejoice Voyage and hit the bell icon to hear from us on the further notifications of the videos that we upload. Congratulations to all the school students who've passed out 10th with wonderful marks, and the results this year has been really good. So this is the topic that I'm about to talk to you all today. So I'm sure this question haunts every school student about what is next after their board exams, right? So I'm sure you'll definitely have, everybody advising you from all corners, and everyone's so curious to know what subject you're about to take, right? So you might like one subject, you might like arts, and then your parents will be like, no, arts does not have a future, take up science. And then there's a cousin who's telling you, take up this, take up that. So I really feel the kind of dilemma and the pressure that you all are going through now. So I'm just hoping this video today of mine is definitely going to help you take the first and the right decision that you're about to take in life. So after the 10th results are out, one common question that comes into your mind is about what am I to take, either science, arts or commerce. This is a very common confusion that every student goes through, right? Because this is where your career starts. If you choose the right course, you're definitely going to reach the right path in your career. But had you made a wrong choice, what is going to happen is just you're going to have a lot of regrets in life, and maybe you reaching your career might delay. That's about it. It's not that your career is gone, you lost your career. There's nothing as such if you've taken a wrong course. It's just that you'll be reaching your career path a little late, because over years of trial, testing and experience is where one day you're going to realize that this is exactly what I want to do. Because so there's no mistake at all. But there are a few do's and don'ts that I want you all to remember while you take this decision of selecting the course next. Okay, there are simple 5 important things that you've got to take into consideration of choosing your career after 10th. The first thing is priorities, keeping your priorities right. If you have an idea about what you really want to become or what you really want to do, it's easier for you to make a choice of the course. Alright, say for example, take up Sachin Tendulkar. He did fail 10th, but he was a very successful cricketer. That's because he knew what he wanted to do while he failed in his studies. It's the same thing with us. So if I have an idea of, say, I want to become a collector, I just want to become a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, I will start designing my career path. Okay, so that is exactly what I want you all to do, is to think about what is it that you want to become in the next few years. Is definitely going to help you choose your career path with the kind of courses that are available. Because I remember when we were studying, we really did not have this kind of options that the present youngsters are having. Nor did we have, most of us, guide us. We didn't have a career counseling as such. It was just like, okay, you're passed out of 10th. My parents wanted me to do something, and I've just gone ahead doing it, or I just followed the crowd. So that's not the case right now, right? Because the youngsters are really smart today, and most of them already know what they really want to do right from school, and I'm sure a lot of you all are preparing as well, right? So keep your priorities right and keep going with what you want to do and not what others want you to do. The second thing is, have a very open mind. All right, so you need to have alternatives. You've taken up one particular course. If you've taken up one particular course and you don't find a career path and you find it not interesting, that's okay. You can always switch. Nobody is going to say no, stand there and say no, you have to take this and finish it up. No, you have a choice of moving. So always have an alternative. Say for example, one of your interests didn't work out. Okay, say I took up science and I wanted to go into engineering, but then the kind of pressure that I have in learning science, is helping me not to be a very good engineer. Stop that. See what's your next option with science itself. What else can you do? Having studied science, there's definitely a lot of options. So always have 3 to 4 career options, because if one fails, you definitely can switch your interest to one or the other. The third thing is about asking questions. So I'm sure you will definitely have at least 3 to 4 of your family members or your relatives working all over, right? So there might be somebody who is working in the government sector, there's somebody working in the corporate, or there could be somebody who is a professional. So get to talk to all of these people, because there's a lot that you can learn from not just your own experience but also from the others' experiences, because that is how you can start having some career interests. Say for example, or just get back to our olden days. So when we were kids, when we looked at people going to work, we'll be like, oh, look at him, he's enjoying, he goes to work, he comes back, he's got a good work-life balance, he's earning well, somebody is a doctor, somebody is an engineer, so they're earning well, the company is giving them so many benefits. So these are the kind of things that's going to attract you all, to start getting that career interest. So it's always nice to talk to people and know what kind of work they're doing, how well they're doing, what kind of benefits they're getting. So that's going to help you get an interest towards the kind of work that you want to do and how you want to live and what kind of career you want to have. The fourth thing that you've got to consider is your talents, your abilities and your interest. The focus has to always lie on what you're interested in doing, because without your interest, nothing is going to take you further. And even if you take up something out of force, you're definitely not going to excel in it. You will just be doing it for the heck of doing it. So do not do that. Your talents and your abilities is what is going to take you all further. So trust that. Nobody other than you is going to know you better. And the last point is about the research that you've got to do. I'm sure, when we just go for shopping, when you have to just pick up a dress or say a shirt or a shoe, imagine the number of things that we consider in just buying a cloth or buying a shoe. Right? We definitely check the materials, we check the design, we check the brand, we check the price, we see is it comfortable, and when you put on your shoes, you'll be like, this is how I want it to be, I want the sole to be thin. We have so many things to do and consider when we're just buying, stuffs that we wear and we put on. This is a decision of a career that has to be made. Imagine the amount of research work you've got to do before you step into it, right? Because once you take up a course and you say, I didn't know, I've just, come into it. That's wrong. Nobody is going to take that, because at the end of the day, you're doing it, you're the decision maker. No matter how many of them who have influenced you to take this course, at the end of the day, you become the person who decides to take this course. So you're the decider, and the decision making is with you, and you will have to make this decision is only after when you've done your groundwork, your research on the various possible career paths that this course is going to lead you into. I definitely have my further videos coming up for y'all. If you surely want to know what are your career paths in each of the streams. Say for example, you take up commerce, what is it that you will be studying, and what is it that you have a scope for, and what are the kind of career opportunities that you can get if you take up science, arts or commerce, is a separate video that I will be uploading. You can watch out for it. Alright, so these are the 5 points that I wanted you all to consider while you make this decision of your career after your 10th. I'm repeating myself. The first thing is your priorities, so keep your priorities right. The second thing is having an open mind and having alternatives. Seek alternatives. So there's no just one career that one can choose. Anybody can choose any kind of career, so always keep your mind open and have options. And then you have to ask questions. Meet people, ask questions, because there's a lot of learning from that. The fourth point is focusing on your interest, your abilities, your talent. That is very, very, very important. And the last point is to properly research on what you're about to take further. It's okay even if you miss one of these 5 considerations I'm talking about, but what I'm about to say next is 3 don'ts. Very, very important 3 don'ts. Alright, so the first thing is following the crowd. You will not follow the crowd, and that is one common mistake that most of the students do. Just because my friend is in one course, I need some company, and they just take up that particular course just because you have your companions around you. This could be the worst decision, because their choices cannot be your choices, right? They could excel in the career path that they've chosen. What if you will struggle further, and if it is not of your interest? Who's going to suffer? You. The second thing is parents and social pressure, people around you. There are definitely a lot of influencers. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to be taking their suggestions. You can definitely take their suggestions, because everybody is going to keep giving you a lot of advices, a lot of suggestions, and there are definitely a lot of people pushing you to take up something that you may not like, or maybe something that is not of your interest. It could be your parents, it could be your sister, it could be your cousins, or maybe a lot of comparisons. And the last thing is, you take up a course without proper career guidance. That is lack of knowledge. You may not know what's in store for you in the future, and just blindly take up a course. So that's the third mistake that you might be doing, and I don't want you all to do that. With a plethora of options that is available for you all in the education world today, there might be a tendency that too many things are attractive, and you would want to do a lot of things at the same time. Over the confusion of so many things being available, so many courses being attractive, you might step back and again be in a confused state of what to really take further. It's always nice to go in for a career counseling and advice, who gives you better options and better clear guidances for you all to choose a career. And I, being a career counselor, I work for Mount Carmel College as a placement officer and an extended education coordinator. The experiences that I gain as an academician as well as a corporate pursuit. I've worked for Infosys and Oracle for the last 5 years prior to me being an academician. So a lot of experiences have helped me work with young minds like y'all in the college, wherein so many students come to me and talk to me and say, ma'am, I've taken this course because my parents have just forced me to, and I just want to be done with my graduation. I'm fine with just getting any job that fetches me some 20,000 salary. See, it is nice to be a commoner, but you young minds are here to achieve something in life. And I don't want any of y'all to just be a commoner. Y'all are individuals, so you have your individuality, and that is where I work for as a career counselor, in bringing a person's individuality out so that they excel in whatever they want to do. That was a small piece of advice and a food for thought as on today. Signing off from y'all is Maria Joyce, and my upcoming videos are about the specific streams. We shall discuss in detail about the kind of career options and opportunities that you would have taking up the relevant courses, and what's in store for you all and the scope of that particular field. To know more, please subscribe and follow our channel.